you. Today we are going to start our session CMS using WordPress, and today we will see the revision of chapter number 1. Yesterday we have completed the first chapter, and in that we have seen so many topics. The chapter was regarding advanced PHP. Earlier in semesters 2 we have seen the topics of PHP, but some of the topics are known as advanced PHP and they are come under this topic. So in third semester university has given the special chapter, first chapter, as a advanced PHP, and it will be useful for our WordPress. So now let us start the chapter number 1 as a revision. We will briefly revise all the topics within a time bound, so I will go bits fast. Now I am sharing my screen, which is a PDF. Just you have seen of first chapter, already you have that. Yes. Now are you able to see the screen? Just write yes or no in chat box. Fine. Now in first chapter we have seen the object oriented concept and different definition of a particular terms. So we can say that it is a terminology for object oriented programming. In this we have seen class, object, member variable, member function, inheritance, parent class and child class. Up to this we have covered, and it is in our syllabus. Some of the terms, if you want to know, then I have given the definition, that is polymorphism, overloading, data abstraction, encapsulation, and constructor and destructor also we have in our syllabus. Next we have seen how to define a class. In that, class keyword is used. We have to define different member variable using where keyword, and if we want to define member function, then simply we have to write a function name, and if we are passing, then we have to write arguments. So that was the basic definition of class, how to define a class using member variable and member function. Here two things we have to remember, that class keyword is used before the class name and where keyword is used before defining a variable name. Also function is as easy as we are defining in PHP. Also we have seen one example of books, class and books, then after different member variables, member functions, and then after curly braces overflow class. See, this is the basic things, and I am revising all the chapters. Once a person is absent in a particular day, then he or she can understand the entire topic, or he or she can briefly revise the topic. That's why I am doing the revision, and then after we will do a question answer session also. After creating a class, we are creating an object. For creating an object, we have to write an object name as a $CMS, $CPP or $Oracle, whatever. Then after new keyword, and then after we are writing class name. Suppose I have defined new books, $CMS equal to new books, then books is a class that we have earlier defined. Then we are creating a particular object of that class, that is CMS, $CMS. So this is also an easy part, that we can create an object using class. Then after creating a class, after creating an object, we are calling a particular member function. We have to call that, and we have defined different member variables in member function in the class definition. For that, how to do that? Just see over here, $CMS, arrow sign is used, arrow sign, then after member function name is set title, as we have defined over here. Set title, get title, set price, get price. These are the member function of this class. Class is books, and these are the object of that class: $CMS, $CPP, $Oracle. So how to call that? $CMS, arrow sign, then after name of the function, that is set title, and passing the argument. We want to set the title, that's why we are writing the title of the book, that is CMS in 31 days. For CPP, we are passing the argument CPP with OOP concept. For Oracle, we are passing the argument learn database using Oracle. Also, we want to set the price for that object, for that book. So again we are writing $CMS, set price $250, $CPP $300, $Oracle $350. Now these are the value for setting the value, set functions. But when you want to access, when you want to print that function, at that time we have to use the get functions. For that we have created the function $CMS, get title, $CMS, get price. Likewise, again these two, $CPP get title, $CPP get price, $Oracle get title, $Oracle get price. So what are the value we have passed in these functions using the arguments, that we will get as an argument output, that is CMS in 31 days, price is $250, CPP is OOP concept, price is $300, learn database using Oracle, price is $350. So this is the output using the get price and get title function. So this is a basic thing. Now moving ahead, then after we have seen the topic of constructor and destructor, again see one thing, tomorrow we are going to take one quiz or a online exam of chapter 1. So for that we are preparing different 20 questions, and using that 20 questions you have to appear in this first chapter exam. So whatever the questions from this can be asked, that we will discuss, or you can you have to refer this material for different 1 mark questions, or also you can ask for the different programs output likewise. So again, underscore construct is used to define a constructor, and underscore destruct is used to define a destructor. Constructor is automatically called when an object of a particular class is created. We can write the constructor using this syntax: function underscore construct, and whatever the argument we want to pass, $argument1, $argument2, likewise. Then after $this title, $this price. So this will set the argument pass from these parameters, that argument 1 is set as a title, argument 2 is set as a price. Whenever you are creating a particular object, and then at that time you have to pass these 2 arguments, then these 2 will be set as a title and price of that object. Let us see over here, $CMS is equal to new books. Up to now okay. Then after we are passing these 2 arguments, one is title, CMS in 31 days, another is price. So what will happen? It will call the constructor, this underscore construct. It will get 2 argument, 1 argument set as a title, second argument it will set as a price. These will same process for these both 2, $CPP and $Oracle. So it will reduce our cost coding. Also no need to set a particular individual object or functions, but when you are creating a particular object, at that time it will set the value. Again, after getting access to this, now we are printing that using get functions, $CMS get title, $CMS get price, and other all. Then same output we will get is of the earlier example. CMS in 31 days, price 250, CPP OOP concept, learn database using Oracle, 250, 300, 350 price. Clear? Next thing is destructor. Underscroll destruct. This function is used to call a destruction after creating a constructor. So we can release the resources and memory whichever we have defined earlier. After destroying, we cannot access using this function, this title, this price. It will generate a fatal error. So just you have to write function underscroll destruct. Then after you can print a simple echo destroying. Then after if you want to print, if you try to print, then it will generate error. So clear constructor and destructor topic. Next is inheritance. A particular class has different member variable and member functions. For that you need to give the access to the another class. For that you have to create an inheritance. So again it comes to the parent class and child class concept. It is known as an inheritance. When one class is there, then you are extending another class. So particular first class is become as a parent class, then you are extending it. Second class is become as a child class. So child can access all the properties of a parent. So parent class, whatever the functions and member variables you have defined in the parent class, the all will be accessed in the child class, except why it is declared as a public, private or protected. By default it is declared as a public. We have seen one example of class novel extend book. In book we have defined all these things: set price, get price, set title, get title. But in novel we are defining one member variable and one member function as a variable $publisher and one function set publisher parameter $this publisher is equal to parameter. And if you want to print, then we are printing function get publisher. After that we can access these publisher functions of this object, as well as we can access the functions of book also, and we have seen that practically during the lecture. So this is the concept for inheritance. Now comes to the next, that is access modifiers. Three access modifiers is there: public, private and protected. Simple concept, just listen. By default all the member variable and member functions are public. So anyone can access out of the scope, out of the class. During that execution we can access a particular member function and member variable. But if you want to do some privacy over there, then you can define a particular private member variable and private member function. For that you have to write private keyword before the variable name, like private $car. And if you want to define a particular private function, then also you have to write private before the function name, private function, my private function. So what will happen, that private function and that private variable are not visible, not accessible outside the class, only it is accessed within the class. Now next thing, what will happen if you want to give the access to a particular function, or if you have created some child class from that, then you can create a particular member function and member variable as a protected. PHP give the facility to create the protected class, protected function and protected variables. Simply for that you have to write the keyword protected before the variable name and protected before the function name. Then what will happen, that function and that variables are visible in child class and they are accessible through child class, but not outside of that class, out of scope. It is not possible. But someone is extending the my class and you are using inheritance, then that child class can access this function in this variable. Clear? Got the point? Three things: access modifiers, public, private and protected. If it is asked in a short note, then it is useful. Write a short note on access modifiers. Then after we have seen two different things, constant keyword and static keyword. Again, already we have seen constant in semester 2. Let us revise. Keyword is used as a CONST, 5 letters, 5 words. Const is used to define a constant. Generally we are writing constant name as a capital. Once you define a particular constant, then you cannot change its value. Also, we are not writing $sign before the constant name. These are the basic things you can remember for exam and quiz also. Then after, see here, we have just defined a particular constant margin 1.7. Then whenever we want to print, just write, we have to write echo margin, not $margin or not anything else. Or if you want to set particular message, we have seen in example, welcome to my website, then just you have to write echo welcome, then that particular message will be printed over there. You do not need to write a $sign or anything else. Then after we have seen static keyword. For static keyword, you can access outside the class, and for that we are using scope resolution operator. So static values, static members can be accessed over there. Also we will see this in PHP scope resolution operator. There are three terms: self, parent and static. Now let us start the new topic, that is PHP scope resolution operator. 2 times colon symbol. 2 times colon symbol is used for scope resolution operator. It is used to access the member variable and member function without creating the object. Earlier what was happening, here we have created suppose a foo class, and we are creating the object of this foo, new foo, and then we are using print foo, then after this arrow sign, and then after static value function. So to create an object it was compulsory when we are not knowing this scope resolution operator, but now it gives the facility that you can access particular member variable and member function without creating the object. Let us see how. Here I have created class organization, then I have created one member function as a get strength. I am returning that value, and then after I am going to access this function using this code, this line of code. $strength is equal to organization, then scope resolution operator and get strength function. So what will happen? This get strength function will call using this scope resolution operator. In this organization I have written as a class name. Few things also you should know. Earlier what was we are doing? First we are creating object and then we are accessing. But using this you can directly access without creating the object. Few things you should know, that using the scope resolution operator we can store the class name in a variable, and using that variable we can access its member function and member variable. So what I have did here, organization, it is a class name. Class name I have stored in this variable, and then after using this variable I am accessing this get strength function using scope resolution operator. So these are the benefits of scope resolution operators. Next we will see the use of self, parent and static keyword. First example, consider that you have created one constant, and if you want to print that constant, then you can write like this: class my class constant value, and then after using this class name, I have stored this value my class in class name, $class name, scope resolution operator, and constant value. So it will print this value, a constant value. Also you can write in this way also. If you have not stored this value in a particular variable, then you can write directly class name over here, my class, then constant value. Secondly, once we are extending that class, I am creating another child class child extend my class, public static my static variable, and public static function : here I am writing echo parent constant value. I am in this child class and I am accessing the value of this constant, and this is a my class that I have extended over here. So this will become child class, my class will become parent class. So if I want to access the value of parent class, then I can use parent with scope resolution operator. So static value, constant value, parent value, self value. So parent constant value, it will print this value from parent class. For that I have created, I using parent keyword. But if I want to access this my static value from the same class, from the current class, then I have to use self keyword, self scope resolution operator, and $my static value. Then it will print, it will access this static variable value. Again, class name I have used $child. I am storing this value in particular variable, and I am accessing this : function. Also, if you want to access the function from a parent class, then also we can use this parent keyword and the name of the function. For example, my function, here my class has this my function, child class extending this my class. In that child class I am writing this code, parent my function. And if you want to using the child class function, then you can write child keyword. So these are the basic things that we should know regarding the scope resolution operator: child, parent, and static, self static and parent. So using that we can access the different variables and different functions in child class and in parent class also. Now few things you should know regarding the difference between : and arrow sign. What will happen? Generally you know that if we are using : then right side of that you have to write self static and keyword. Also you can write the class name, also you can write the class name stored in the variable, but it is not possible in arrow sign. While in arrow sign, compulsory you have to create the arrow object for that class. After creating the object, you can access using the arrow sign. So these are the basic things that you have to know. Next is auto loading class and static keyword. Again you should remember this function name: SPL underscore autoload underscore register. This function is used for auto loading class when you are creating a class. After that, if you want to include some files, at that time no need to include them manually each and every time. Once particular object is created, directly particular class is created, that file will be included. That is the use of auto loaded class. That class will be auto loaded using this function, and for that PHP provides this function SPL underscore autoload underscore register. And here I am including these two files, include $classname.php. when we are creating this my class 1, my class 2, at that time it will include these both files, my class 1.php myclass2.php. Likewise, next is class constant. Constant we can define like this. Again, we have seen earlier, const, const keyword, constant name in capital. No need to write dollar before the variable name. Once we have defined the constant, we cannot change its value in future. Also, we can use the constant before the constant self static when parent. Also, we can write the class name, and also we can write class name in a variable, and also we can access constant using this object creation. So these are the basic things for auto loading class and constant. Now come to the last topic, that is MySQL database handling with object oriented programming, and in that we will see these 4 things: insert, update, select and delete. Just I am giving the brief introduction because we have taken the lectures of this topic earlier. Also, you can see our previous video, and how to create a particular form, how to define, how to access the value, how to create the connection. All these things you are very much aware. So here first we will see how it is possible in normal way, then we will see the highlight of this object oriented programming. Let us see. I have created one registration form. In this I have defined few fields like first name, last name, address, mobile number, education and hobby. Here first name, last name and mobile are text box, address is text area, education is radio button, hobby is checkbox. Then after 2 buttons, submit and clear. Now what will be the code for this? I have created this insert.html file. Here in the body part you can see registration form. We are creating a form, giving the name of the form, method is equal to post. On submit we are checking this return check data function, and after that we are redirecting the page to the insert action.php. Once it is going to the check data, what will happen? It will check for all the values which are compulsory, that document.get element by id first name dot value equal to null. If it is null, then it will give the alert, please enter your first name. It will set the focus and then it will return false. So it will return false. Again it will come to the HTML form. After filling the form it will submit, and submit after that it will redirect to the insert action.php file. Here we have created first name, last name, address, mobile number, education, hobby, and 2 buttons, submit and reset. Now what will happen when it will redirect it to the insert action.php file? Suppose you filled all the value, you have submitted all the data. After that it comes to this insert action file. Here first you have created the established the database connection. Then after we are creating database. After that you are we are selecting the database. After that we are creating a table. After creating the table, we are printing that table is created successfully or not. Then after understand this line, $hobby is equal to implode comma $post hobby. In HTML we have taken hobby as an array because student or particular person have one or more hobby, so they can select 1, 2 or 3. So it will come in an array, but when we are going to store in a database, we are storing as a simple string. So we are imploding, we are concatenating all this hobby as a comma separated value. And when we want to edit, we want to give this for editing. At that time we use this reverse process, explode. After that insert query, insert into table name, field name, values, post, whichever that comes from the post form. After we are running the query and we are printing one record inserted or whatever the error we are getting, and finally we are giving the back button. This was the simple thing. After that we are doing some more process over here. Then we have to give the facility to edit or delete this function. For that, config.php config it is general function, general file, that each and every time we did not want to connect MySQL, then just write in config.php and select the database. So after that, just include this config.php in all the coding. Here display.php, another file, I am including this file, include config.php. Now I want to display all the records, so I am writing the query select star from table name, order by whatever the ID primary key I have defined. Then after, I want to display in a table format, so th name, address, mobile, likewise. And after that, I want to get the result of this query in results, so I am accessing particular single row and printing each row using the array 0 1 2 3. But here I am creating these two links, edit and delete. For that, I am writing over here h reference edit.php and delete.php. I am passing the arguments as a id $array 0, so user id or person id will be passed in that file. Now in that file, what I have written, edit.php and delete.php. Once I got one ID for editing a particular record, so I am getting this from URL and using get method. So I am accessing if is set $get ID, then I will set this ID as a $ID. Then after, I am accessing from here query 1, select start from person where person ID is equal to $ID, and then I am returning the result in query 2. Using this query 2, I am accessing the array. Once again, this value will be in $result. In $result, hobby will be there, comma will be there. I am exploding all the value and storing in $hobby. So now $hobby is an array 0 1 2 3, likewise. Again, I am giving the editing purpose, so I have written here value is equal to echo $result first name, last name, address, mobile number. But what for the education and hobby, I have written here education UG, then checked education PG, then echo checked education other, then echo checked. Same thing in hobby, I am using in array function. If in array cricket $hobby, then echo checked. If in array music or cooking, then echo checked. So this is the coding for editing, and simply this is for deleting. Whatever I have written, simply writing a query delete from person where person ID is equal to $ID, and ID I am getting from the get parameter $get ID, and just printing the message recorded deleted. Now these are the basic things: edit, delete, update, select using normal way, but we have to learn this using the object oriented concept. Just 5 minutes. Here the same example using object oriented concept in MySQL and PHP class. Here simple index.php. Here just we will see how it is defined. Just same as an earlier file. See over here, you have to understand this file only, dbmysql.php. Here we have created a constant for server name, username, password and database name. Here we are creating a class. Here we have defined a constructor. Using that constructor we are connecting with the database MySQL connect, localhost root null, and then we are selecting a database MySQL select db. Here we have creating the particular function for insert, update, delete, select. Likewise for select, simply I have written select star from user, but it is in a function form, public function select. So whenever a particular object is created from db class, then that object can access this select query. Same way insert function, but here we are passing the argument first name, last name and city, and here we have written the insert query. Now let us see add data file. I have included this db_mysql php file. $connection is equal to db new db connection. So $connection is a object of this class. Now $connection can access this function, select, insert likewise. Here we have written like $connection, arrow sign, insert, and 3 arguments, first name, last name and city. Got the point? So what will happen? These values can be inserted in the insert function. Insert is a member function, class is an object, so $connection is an object, and it will access that insert function. So quite easy. Same way you can create the different function for update, edit and delete, but we have to give the facility for this, and also we have seen in demonstration for this operations MySQL, select, insert, update and delete. And for getting the beautiful look, we are using style sheets. Whatever the style sheet, if you want to apply, you can apply, you can change the color, you can do the changes in font, color, style, etc. So in this material we have given the code for insert, but delete and update operation using object oriented concept, that you have to do yourself, and I hope all of have done yesterday using this. So this is the revision of our first chapter as a advanced PHP. Different topics we have seen: object oriented concept, what is class, object, inheritance, public, private, protected, constructor, destructor, scope resolution operator, constant keyword, static keyword, auto loading class, difference between scope resolution operator and arrow sign, and finally, that is important, MySQL operations using object oriented programming. You have to define a class, you have to define a member functions. After that you have to create a particular object, and using that object just access that member functions, and then you can do the functionality of insert, update and delete. So these are the basic things. We are concluding our today's session. Thank you very much for your support. Just be over here, don't go anywhere. Thank you.